Hello everyone, another edition of the Auto Market YouTube channel. We are continuing our news reports on the Saab-Gripen and the competition between the F-35s and the Saab-Gripen from Sweden versus again the F-35s from Trump's America. So in the latest poll, and this is from December 21st, 2025, so it's very, very recent. The title of the article is Canadians Strongly Prefer Gripen Fighter Jets over F-35s in the latest poll. And it goes on to state that a recent EKOS poll has revealed a significant shift in Canadian public opinion regarding the Royal Canadian Air Force's future fighter jet procurement, with many Canadians supporting the Saab JAS-39 Gripen over continued purchases of the Lockheed Martin F-35A. According to the survey, 43% of respondents favored transitioning to the Swedish Gripen for future acquisitions, while only 13% supported sticking exclusively with the American F-35. So because I think that before, some time ago, the Canadians were skeptical about, a mixed fleet versus just sticking to the F-35s, but I think there's a growing shift, as this article confirms, of Canadians supporting the mixed fleet and the wisdom of a mixed fleet that we kind of talked about in the previous editions. An additional 29% endorsed a mixed fleet incorporating both aircraft. So that's 29% on top of the 43% of respondents who favored transitioning to the F-35. This preference for the Gripen holds across all regions and provinces, highlighting the widespread appeal for an alternative to the long-standing F-35 program amid ongoing debates over Canada's fighter jet replacement. So that's what this article is highlighting. The growing support for the Gripen stems from several key factors resonating with Canadians concerned about sovereignty, economics, and operational stability. Because as we had mentioned before, if Canada just buys the F-35s, it's going to be technology which is going to be controlled by Trump, and we're essentially just going to be renting the aircraft. We're not going to be owning it. If we get the Gripens, the Swedish government is promising to work with Bombardier and to potentially develop a completely unique Canadian aircraft based upon the technological know-how that Canadians are able to muster with using the base of the Saab-Gripen base as the basis of a new technology, and that's reminiscent of what Canada did when they had partnered in the late 50s with the Avro, which was at that time was a British company, and that's how we got the Avro because we were able to use the British technological base in building a completely unique and outstanding aircraft, which became the world's fastest supersonic jet before Diefenbaker screwed that one up. So this is our chance to redeem ourselves technologically, so to speak. The Swedish jet offers lower acquisition and operating costs compared to the F-35s, along with higher availability rates and adaptability to Canada's vast Arctic and rugged environments, because as we know, the Canada and Sweden share somewhat similar geographies, and the Sweden developed the Saab Gripen jet based upon its own northern climate, which it shares with Canada. So again, elaborate on that from this article. It says, Canada's proposal to emphasize substantial industrial benefits, including potential domestic assembly that could create thousands of skilled jobs. And as we've talked before, Sweden is currently promising Sweden's Saab-Gripen 12,600. So thousands of skilled jobs in the Canadian aerospace sector, in an area of strenuous Canada relations and questions over reliance on American air defense systems. The Gripen represents greater strategic autonomy, free from potential U.S. restrictions on software upgrades or parts, Many view it as a practical choice tailored to Canada's primary defense needs, continental sovereignty, NORAD commitments, and NATO support, without the F-35's complexities and escalating expenses. Because as we've seen, I believe, Switzerland has seen these escalating expenditures. They seem to be trying to cut back on F-35, as well. It's very expensive to run the F-35s, and how can we run just imagine in the future, Trump controlling, the technology and restricting what we can use, and trying to say, well, if you don't do this, then we're not gonna allow you to fly the F-35s, and all sorts of craziness Trump could throw in there. So definitely the Sweden's Saab-Gripen allows us to have that technological and independence from what's going on with the States, and continued threats from Trump trying to annex us by stealth or by prospective military conquest. So it's in our interest to make ourselves as militarily independent as possible. And it goes again, the article, while military evaluations from 2021 showed F-35 outperforming the Gripen in stealth, sensor fusion, and upgrade potential, public sentiment prioritizes affordability, independence, and economic returns. Proponents argue that the Gripen's proven interoperability with NATO allies, including Sweden's recent accession, ensures seamless operations without compromising alliances. A mixed fleet option gains traction as a best balanced approach, retaining some F-35 capabilities while diversifying with Gripens built in Canada. And then just an elaboration from Mark Carney's government, as the F-35 contract originally for 88 jets, but now firm on only 16 F-35s. This poll underscores a clear public mandate for reconsideration. Canadians increasingly favor the Gripen fighter jet as a cost-effective sovereign solution that boosts domestic industry and aligns with national priorities in an uncertain geopolitical landscape. The debate over F-35s versus Gripen reflects broader desires for a modern, reliable Air Force and serves Canadian interests first. So if anybody wants to check out that article, that's written by Aerospace News Journal, check that out. Title of that article is Canadians Strongly Prefer Gripen Fighter Jets over F-35A in Latest Poll, again published December 21st, 2025. So thanks for watching another edition of The Auto Market. We encourage anybody who supports this channel and supports our discussion that we're trying to facilitate in the Gripen to please like and subscribe, and if you can, consider making a small donation of $5 or $10 to this channel to support our ability to potentially interview guests on the Saab-Gripen offer. That definitely takes some money in order to bring in the technical producers to produce the interviews for that. So if you're interested in us expanding our coverage, please consider $5, $10, $15, $20 donation, whatever you can spare. Please send that Etransfer if you're interested in making a donation to editor@tobj.ca. That's editor@tobj, as in Toronto Business Journal.ca. Send your e-transfer there, or I'll be endeavoring to provide information at the bottom of this exploration and presentation on the Saab-Gripen. Thanks for watching another edition. Remember to like and subscribe, or send a donation if you're interested in supporting our efforts. Thanks for watching.